What the? It's kids. It's supposed to be kids. What the? I don't get it. Replay mod, fail. Hello dudes and dudesses, and welcome to this second episode in the series, the Modular Base. And if you're now thinking, what is the Modular Base? Well, I will throw a link on the screen now and go watch that one, because in the first video I'll explain all about the Modular Base. But today we're going to be building this over here. I showed it in the last episode because I had a YouTube poll and people wanted an iron farm very much in their modular farm. And this is actually an iron farm, an easy beginner iron farm, and it's also a trading setup, and it's a breeder. All in one and in our 11 by 11 footprints. And of course, you've probably seen this structure before in one of my mini iron farms, but I've thrown in some workstations, I've thrown in some extra beds, and now it's all three in one. And we will build this up today. I will leave this, of course, so in a world download you can see it. And this is a small villager trading station. My new design, my updated design was 7 trading stations. And I've also had this one, which is bigger, 2 iron farms and the double trading stations. But I think that today I will be doing this one, more or less, because I will make changes to it. Oh yeah, and in here there's room for a zombie, so you can have an automatic zombification. And yeah, it's pink, deal with it. And the reason I'm going to do this one is because if I did the one with 2 iron farms, I would need to have some roofs that were non-spawnable, and I want grass roof. So I'll be going with this one, but I will be detaching the trading station, so to speak. If we go over here, you can see the layout of the modular base, and we'll be using this one. Yes, this one, because you know, when you build an iron farm, it has to be at least 8 blocks above the ground, or it has to have non-spawnable blocks in an 8 by 8 by 8 area around the pod, like so. And this place has that, so this is the ideal place for an iron tower. I will be using replay mod in parts of this video, and I'm not very used to it. It has been tripping me up, but it has its advantages when you have to show time lapses. So this is the usual way we place the bed in our small iron farm, zombieless, but we want to have this iron farm prepared to put in a zombie. So we have to put the beds slightly different, like this way, and then we have to have a slab in the middle, like so. And now it's set up so that you basically just have to remove the 2 beds furthest away, and then you can put in the zombie, and then you will have the farm with a zombie, which is of course much more efficient. I will be building this up very quickly, and I will throw up a link to my latest small iron farm that I think you should build, because I've done this so many times. So, and then I have an idea that I wanted to show you how to get the villagers up there. And it sounded like a great idea when I said it out loud. But I have a short video that will show that this particular villager, well, he didn't want to cooperate. Let's just say it like that. Normally getting a villager up into the pod is absolutely no problem. I'm not sure why there was such a problem with this guy, but maybe I hadn't noticed at that time that he had picked up on a workstation a composter, so maybe that was why. But he got there in the end, and that's the important part. To make this iron farm into a breeding part as well, it's actually very easy. You will have to put in 2 beds. You can do it at that height with slabs. It's of course important that it's not spawnable. I will use glass for the sake of the video. And yes, there are no block sounds because this is from the replay mod as well. And it has really been annoying. And maybe you also noticed that it's like I'm the player. I snap to grids when I move around when it's recorded in replay mod, and that's weird too, but what do I know? I haven't that much experience with it. But basically, of course, now we won't open because then the kids will run out, but that's basically all there is to it. And then we have to make a tube where the kids can fall down. So when they try to access the beds outside the pod, and I will just speed this up because it's a tube. There's not much to it, like this. And I will do this in glass, but of course you can do it in any material you want to. So now you have an iron farm. Basically, when they're grown up, you have a breeding module as well. And for the purpose of this modular base, I want to move the villagers across the street, or rather under the street, into a building next door. I don't want to cram it because I want more than 7 trading stations. And I want to have them in a house by itself. So what we do is that we dig out all the way under the road, and that's not under the road. That was premature ejection of some kind. So we just dig on until we are at the right spot, and that's around here. So as you can see, it's too high, and we will have to have the villagers pushed along this tunnel. And I don't know if you know this, but if you don't, it's quite easy. You put in water and it will flow to the end, and then you take signs. And if you put a sign right where the water ends like this, and you put one further back above the water like this, and you place in water in the gap in between like so, then you will actually have an efficient transport mechanism. Let me show you. Any mob, any too high mob will get pushed along. It will be slow when it gets to there, but it will pick up on the next water source, and you will be moved along. And you can do this with zombies and so on as well. And you don't need ice. So I think it's a very nice method of doing it if you need to transport them. When you get to the end, of course, we need to have this one as well. When we need to the end, we need to get the babies to go up into another water stream. So the way we do that is we take a wall and place it there. You probably know this trick as well. It lifts them just slightly so they are up and bobbing in the next part of the tunnel. So if we go up and look at this from this angle and make it day, then I will show you how to build this exit that will lead into the villager trading station directly. Because in my villager trading station, of course, the villagers walk in by themselves. They just track their workstations. So it's very easy. You have to have at least 2 blocks of water, because then the water runs and pushes in one direction, so it has to be 3 long, and then you put a sign right there, and then you put water source right there, and that's all there is to it. Let's see it from the side. It looks like a water faucet or something. Now let's test it. I don't know if you know this trick, but in creative, of course, the too high villager can't go through, but if you put an egg on a grown villager, it will feed a baby, and he went in there, but as I can see, he's stuck. Yes, he is stuck. Sorry, mate. Yeah, he's stuck in there. I actually don't know if he's drowning. Maybe, but yeah, he might be drowning in there actually. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter, because I want him to go all the way straight away. So we need to put a block that. Yeah, of course he's going down. Okay, sorry. Look away, look away, kids, look away. And then we put a wall there as well, and then he will be pushed up just slightly so that he will go along. And if we do it here as well, you can see it's where the lower sign is, right there, and you don't have to do anything with the water, just put in a wall like this. Now let's test this again. Yeah, you saw a baby villager go on down there. Oh, he's learned. He's giving me room now. Thank you. And you can see the villager going along. And this is me being pushed up by the wall. And does he go all the way to the end? Yes, he does. And he's bopping. Everything is fine. To make the iron farm into a trading station as well is even easier. Now, of course, we want to have a nice interior and we want to be able to go around in survival. So I will make this runway all the way around. But it's important that you use lower slabs so the iron golems won't spawn here. And what you need to do is you need to take some workstation. I use smithing tables and blast furnaces, because then the villagers will very soon, I think it's after the first or second trade, be able to trade with iron, and you get a lot of iron from this farm. And yeah, one of them has picked up on a composter right there. I will have to do something about that because I will have to destroy the composter. And then we just put in some blast furnaces as well on this side. And then I like to take fletching table just because I want to get a good bow. So I will put that in there for now. Probably will be better on the other side, but right now I'll put it in there because they don't need to look out right now until all the kids in there have grown up. So now we actually have a trading station as well. Simple as that. We will have armor and good tools in no time. Now let me just try to get rid of that farmer. Okay, this is not supposed to be a video about making a video, but let me tell you, the replay mod is really stressing me out right now. So as you will see in the clips that I'm about to show you, yeah, it's not even consistent. It does different things and I don't understand why, but it is good for time lapses, as I said earlier. And I will just build up the iron farm very quickly, and I will show a link in the description and on top on screen for this iron farm, because I've built it many times in different variations. It all works very fine and very easy. And now you see me just putting on the chest and some hoppers down. At this point, I wanted to trade with the villagers, and I did, but in the replay mod, it didn't show. Their inventory didn't show, and it was very weird. You can see me at some point getting some orbs, and I can tell you that I started with 3 stacks of coal, and then I traded iron, and in no time I had level 18. But then I wanted to breed, and this is the beginning. Watch, this is both a replay mod, and look at them. It's just so different. Can you see it? It's the same picture. It's the same situation. Right. Very weird indeed. But enough of my problems with replay mod. Now we had a breeder, an iron farm, and a trading station, although very simple. So now it was time to just build up the walls around it, and I decided for a very simple look. I took terracotta that was slightly different nuance of red, and I built it up like this. And of course, I have to say the replay mod is very good at this sort of thing. I mean, it's much more interesting than seeing it from first person perspective, but I soon discovered a problem. You see it now? Yeah. The farm was 1 too wide, and luckily in creative that's not really that much of a problem. I used a structure block and I moved it, and I just kept on building. But actually, I later found out that it was because I had chosen a different killing platform than I had actually decided to do. So I moved it for no reason, or yeah, well, I will show you later. I finished up the outside with stone because that's the palette that we're using, and I texturized it a bit so it's not a bland surface like this. And then I went inside and started to build up some stairs and the floor. I mean, it doesn't need to be spawn-proof, the floor, because there's more than 8 down, but I did it anyway, and I did this very modern stair. I like that. It's just loosely on the wall like this, and I slapped off the floor very quickly like this, because this is not a place we're going to be very much. Then I took down the hoppers and I led them to row of chests so that we can store a lot of iron down there. And then all that was needed was to make the roof, and I decided against making a farm on this tower, because yeah, it's very high, and I want to make the farms very accessible as well. So I just decorated it with grass like this, and then basically the tower was all done. And now listen, we are back in the normal Minecraft, and I cannot stress enough how lovely that is. But let me show you the tower as it turned out. If I can just get that. Can I hit that? No, I couldn't. And I decorated, I took out the road a bit further, and this is the tower. It's very, very simple. I have used very little decoration for it, but I kind of like it. And if we look at this, look inside, you can see because it's all slapped off and not spawnable because of the golems, you can also play with the lighting. It's very dark in here. Maybe I should have done something with this, because that doesn't actually look very good. I could put in some full blocks there, maybe even smooth stone, probably smooth stone to make it look better, like so. Yeah, but I will do this later. I mean, it's a detail. And I have this tower of chests, and there's room for a lot of iron in here until we get a central storage, or maybe we will just keep it here. I'm not decided yet. And then you can see up here, you have this runway, so you can actually get around, and you can change the workstations if you want to, but then of course you also have to change the villagers. And everything is looking okay. And in here's the breeding area. I changed it up slightly. It's not really necessary, but I found that if I did put a glass block and a slab right there, then the young villagers will walk straight off the bed and into the tunnel leading them to the trading hall, and so why not? Then there's the iron farm itself. Look at this. If you look at the inside, it's 3 by 3 because I made the wall on the inside, as I do in some designs, and it fits snugly within our walls. But I chose another design here where it's on the outside, and that's what gave me the problem. So yeah, just do it on the inside and there will be no problem with that design. I can show you just quickly how the villagers, the small villagers, will walk off automatically. If we make it nighttime now, you can see he will try to get out to what is his bed like this and fall straight down. So cool. Let me just show you the outside from this angle, and you can see, as I said, I texturized it a bit, and I think it looks okay. It has the same very rough industrial look as we have on the other parts of the modular base, and I like it. And I like this long road leading into what will be our modular base city, basically. I did some changes, but not a lot. And down here we have this crossroad, and I would like to build a big 3, I think, but that will be in the next episode, because boy, this is long already, and I just want to thank you for watching and hearing me bitching about replay mod. I hope it was a good video all in all, and subscribe, like, and all that jazz, and see you in the next one. Bye.